Hello, my fellow tank gamers. Yes, I obviously bought the Adats as a Cold War main. I immediately snatched up. Here's how I have it set up. Do as you what you will with your stats. I got a 4 crew commander, so this isn't necessarily so much a review or an in-depth review like all the other 3 decent Cold War content creators have put out. But there's been a lot of discussion on how to play the Adats, and it clicked. Something clicked with me finally with this tank, and it was it kind of like the nucleus of the started with the Bradley, because the Bradley is a slow light tank, but it can function except for the Bushmaster, which are god awful slow. Take forever to get to the next round, why don't you? Well, hell, that's the story of the Adats. But it was with this tank that it finally clicked, because obviously, what was said? Oh, it's obviously not a light tank, it's too big, it's too slow. Which means, okay, well, let's put it in the tank destroyer, because you don't want to be up close, you want to be back and far away. Well, the intricate reload between each ATGM, which thankfully can do over 1,000 meters per second. We need bigger maps. Kind of reminds me of something I haven't felt since a long time. Because if it's not, because for me it was like, this isn't a tank destroyer. It's not a light tank. It's not a tank destroyer, because the playstyle was far less mobile than how I would play a tank destroyer, especially in Cold War. So that means it's, oh no, no, ah! It's artillery, and that's when it happened. I was like, yes, playing the Adats is like playing artillery. You don't move very far from spawn. You make sure most of your team is well ahead of you. They detect tanks. If you can see, you have line of sight on a detected tank, then yes, you will then engage. And then you will wait a long time watching as everything happens for the next round, the next ATGM to become available. And I was like, damn. This really does remind me of playing artillery. Shooting, maybe doing disastrous damage to the opposing team, and then waiting for the next shot to load. And this match on Serene Coast, an assault match, was like perfect. I was like, yeah, I'm not moving very far from from the spawn. No one really is. So this is obviously blatant cherry picking. Okay, so I will prove myself right. Thank you very much. Now, that mentality has even now carried over into my Bradley play, my M3A2 Bradley play. Because, yeah, although the entry up reload between the two ATGMs, and it's a little bit faster, and not as god-awful tall, still a very fat Western line thing. Good God. It does mean this is sort of a more of a reserved play style, you have to be thoughtful. I say that, and some of the more purist players would be like, really? Cold War players having thoughts? Idiots. Of course, if you are a thoughtful Cold War player, by all means, like and subscribe. So, once I started, which actually, with the Adats, because of that entry reload being so long, and obviously having experience with the Bushmaster from the Bradley, was like, yeah, I don't want to be near anything, okay? Stay the hell away from me. Team, you are the spear, you are the shield, I'm just the guy in the back throwing rocks, alright? If something happens, great. If it doesn't, you need to do a better job, not me. Alright, so obviously now the match is going to come to an end. What do you think? Playing this more like artillery? Don't worry, artillery. I know I'm saying the evil A word. But artillery is not coming to Cold War. There is probably a I'll be generous, a 5% chance that the crew in Chicago is even thinking about putting in artillery into Cold War. Good God, we don't have the map size for it. Back to the Adats. Now here we are on the brand spanking new Death Valley. Yes, clear lines of sight, so now we can kind of do the more tank destroyer-esque aspect of it, but it's still very much a trick because, again, I really don't want to move much, like artillery, around the map too much, because it's like, oh, I will trundle off in a direction, maybe following my team, so I'm generally in the area they are, so I can start blasting when they start blasting. But I also, because true vision means that if anything rushes forward, sees me with true vision, they will search me. And if they obviously detect me, well, guess what? Just like artillery, I become prime target. Big target, slow target, sayonara target. And that's where I was like, whoa, holy crap. I have a strong offense, wickedly strong offense, if it hits the correct spot. If I have the team support to capitalize on this. If I don't have the team support, I am screwed. So, obviously not like tank destroyers. The tank destroyer, the reason I say it's not a tank destroyer is because of the mobility. This is perhaps one of the slowest light tanks, although it's an infantry fighting vehicle. In Cold War mode, especially for Era 3, I was sort of like, yeah, so I can't even, a tank destroyer is too slow. I mean, we got the Belka that eventually will get up to 80 kilometers per hour. You have the Type 89, which, yeah, all right, you don't get it above 60. You don't get the 65-ish. Weisseltow. Yeah. Well, it may not be the fastest thing. It's fast enough. It's small enough. It's a pain in the butt enough. So, this is where I was like, you know what? No, it's not even a tank destroyer because it doesn't have the ability to move and hit hard and then move and hit hard. It's like it moved a little bit. Maybe I have a target. Or I shoot, go back, hide a little bit, and then hope no one sees where I am. And then I move back out, I shoot, and then I go back. Constantly, with the Adats, I was really, perhaps even more focused on what was going on with the big map than I was kind of like what I was doing at close. And it was like, all right, where's my escape route? This is where the only time I'm bold is when I have teammates in front of me. Trust me, that big gap right in the middle of the map really concerned me. I was like, I'm sitting on top of a hill, and I present a huge silhouette that once I get detected by an ATGM, and this is where the next topic conversation is, especially if it's an Adats ATGM, which, whew, thanks Wargaming for nerfing it and holding it back from its full Mach 3 capabilities. Although 1,000 meters per second on a map that is even here at 1,400 by 1,400 meters. Damn. 10 meters a kilometer. I don't know what the ratio is exactly, but it's the biggest map so far. Now, yeah, this all right. You know, I was sitting in like Sprawl. Well, you know what? Crap happens, and I got lucky. I'm thinking I just got lucky. Remember, when you're away from combat and you're preserving your health points, moments like this bring you the advantage you want. Now, before the ATGM arming distance was put in place, a lot of ATGMs had to accelerate. I don't think that's really going to be the case for the Adats ATGMs. They're a bit special. But now I think we can start bringing that. And back to artillery. Man, who hasn't played artillery near the end of the match? There's a few tanks on the enemy team left, but there's also a lot of your own teammates left. And you're just scrambling. Maybe, hopefully, either A, you want to get in those last bit of damage and XP, or you're just like, am I in danger still? I don't want to be the best one standing. They'll come for me. They always come for me. Why little me? So this is where I was like, oh no, no, I'm slow, but I can hit hard. I gotta get across. Oh god, I'm too fat for this. Okay, guys, all right, stop. Oh god, I'm too fat. God, I felt like it was really been. I dare I say a little triggered. I was like, oh yeah, this is like playing atgms. Granted, artillery, but artillery has the advantage that the Adats doesn't. Artillery is much more friendly to those who may have either disabilities of the hands or maybe need to take care of what's going on around them in the real world. Like, I gotta keep an eye on this and that. So, Adats is not as user-friendly as artillery. Okay, it may not have the splash damage of... This is a PG-13 stream. I get away with one. Fuck you, T92. So, yeah. I found it more like artillery. It's a fun tank, frustrating, but when you spend it like artillery and you don't be so bold, it'll work out for you. And I hope you can pick it up. So with that said, I hope you keep your tracks on the ground, RNG's in your favor, and I'll catch you on the next one. Goodbye.